Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome again to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. Hopefully, everybody having a blessed, wonderful day. Hopefully, all is well with you. Hopefully, you guys are making God first in your life, best as you can. And, you know, it's another beautiful day. Just chilling, enjoying life. That's real talk. And I'm just sitting there enjoying life, looking at a couple of things as far as stock market goes. I don't really look at the stock market. I look at my own personal account, and that's how I judge what things are going on. Um, Back into my dividend investing, and for those that are on this live, please hit the like button. Coming in, please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. Really, really, really do. A couple of things I was looking at. Yeah, actually Friday, really, but today my account is actually on the upswing. But because I have such a because I'm so diversified in my account, there's always something that I can actually possibly put some money into. These when I'm talking about in dividend investors, this is not a suggestion. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not here to tell you what you should and should not do. What I'm actually talking about is things that I have invested, possibly invested, um, in my positions I currently hold, and what my intentions are. Of course, the stocks are on the uprise right now, as far as my account goes. So, but a few things that I'm looking at that I might put a little bit of money into. One is HRZN, which is Horizon Technology Finance or whatever. It's they operate in the field of technology, but it's technology, and it's like those type of companies. They basically that's where their investments are usually at. But they pay out dividends and they pay monthly. Um, I'm currently in the red with it by a reasonable amount of money, not a whole lot, but I'm currently in the red with it. Stock code is HRZN. They pay out dividends every month. I don't have a whole lot of money there, but that's one of the companies I chose to invest in. Currently, the price is sitting at about $7.70 a share. So it's a lot cheaper than what I paid for it. My average is actually at about $9 and something. So let's say somebody was intending to buy it today, they would be purchasing that stock, more than $1 less than what I paid for it. My average cost, right? So yes, it does pay out dividends. If someone wanted to know exactly what it's I currently had dividends pending, and it gave me 11 cents per share on that particular stock. So that's what it's paying me right now, 11 cents a share on that particular stock. I've had it for quite a bit of time. Like I said, I'm in the red with it as far as price wise. My average cost is $9.20, something like that, and the current price is $7.70. But again, if somebody was planning on buying stock or wanted to buy something in dividends, and they was like, none dividends, just like anything else, there's no guarantee. But I've been collecting dividends off of that company for a while, and it's sitting at about $7.70 a share right now. So let's say somebody was to buy One share of it, they would start out at an average cost of $7.70, which is a lot less than what I did. And they will be getting 11 cents a share per month as long as that dividend hold and they're able to actually pay it out. But you never know. That's why I diversify. I spend my time looking for different opportunity and I stay diversified. I'm looking at Robinhood because that's where most of the time I do my investing, mostly over there. Yeah, I do have other platforms. Sometimes I take money out of there, move it to other places. I don't like having all my money in one place. I think that's not a good idea. So for me personally, I've always has had the mindset of diversification. Because I think it's necessary. I don't believe in putting all my eggs in one basket, but it is what it is. So that was one that I was looking at today. Strolling through now and see what else. I know I put some money in Pepsi this morning. Like when the market opened up, I actually bought Pepsi. That was where I wanted to put some more money at. I had something else in mind, but it didn't go out that way. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I did do Pepsi, but it was something else I put money into, which was I think it's NVO, which both, of course, pay dividends. But they both pay out dividends, NVO and Pepsi. But NVO is down a whole lot from where its highs were. It's like almost down 50%. I was intending to buy more Smith and Wesson, but it ended up jumping up, and I was just like, maybe look for a better opportunity to maximize my dividend return. So I built out of that and went in another direction. I do have a little bit of money in Smith and Wesson, and I do want to buy some more. But I was just like, I'm going to fall back from that from now and then. I went a different direction. What's up, brother Jay? How you doing? How you doing, man? How you doing? God bless you. Hopefully you had a wonderful yesterday and a beautiful morning. Now I went to my bathroom and butchered it myself. Good morning, top to bottom hair and skincare. God bless you. God bless you. Yeah, we did, man. I had a ball. You know how it is, man. I look honestly at that as the Sunday shows. I look forward to them. I really do. And actually having Bam Bam there actually add a little bit more fun to it, man. Yeah, Jay, I haven't been to the barbershop in so long, man. Every time I went to a barbershop, I just was like, I never liked the way they cut my hair. So I just went and bought my own clippers and I just start practicing on my own self. And I appreciate it. I start practicing on my own self. And I said, if I can, for what I'm paying them $25 for, 15, 20, whatever the cost is, and I'm not happy with the cut, I was just like, well, I can butcher it myself. So if I can get this look on my own, why would I keep paying somebody else to do it? But no, I appreciate it. Yeah, I had to break down and actually put in the work to try to clean myself up a little bit. But yeah. But funny thing is, what's up out the pit? How you doing? God bless you. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Yeah, the funny thing is that I know Jay. I noted that the one stuff that I was mixed in when I did the video for y'all. The one thing about that is I use it. I don't know. I can't never think of the name of it, but I don't know. I have to go and check. Honestly, I didn't even check, but I will definitely go look. But top to bottom, since I know you in here, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. The stuff that I use and mix in my hair. The one thing I don't know, like I said, with that um with that stuff, it actually made it easier to cut my hair because it came out better than I normally cut it. I was like, oh, okay. But that stuff, because of the way I guess it has some type of hold in there. Because once my hair kind of sets out and dry, it makes it a little bit stiffer. The hair a little bit stiffer, so it actually makes it a little bit easier to cut. So yeah, that, that right there. I don't, like I said, I'm not saying this is what y'all intended for, but what ended up happening, it does help when I go to cut my hair because it it actually it makes it a little more stiffer to work with because my hair is weird. Like my hair just to me is weird. It just does weird stuff on it. It can look one way one moment and another moment it looks just weird, but it actually helped. It actually made it a little easier for me to cut my hair because because of the way it holds. And then so I put some of it in there, I comb it out, then I went and cut my hair. That's what I say. I'm not saying this for everybody else. It's just me. I'm an experimental type person, so I experiment stuff. And so then I went and combed my hair. I went and cut the hair. And then after I did all of that and cut the hair and stuff, then I went and washed my hair back out, showered and whatever. And then after I did all of that, then I went and put more back in there. So even though it's not perfect, it actually made it come out a lot better. So yeah, I did cut it. I did cut it. Of course, I cut all the other stuff off, but with the hair and stuff, and it's hard to cut your own hair. Like that's why I don't like doing it because you got to hold mirrors and hand like it's a whole ritual trying to cut your own hair. But yeah, that I use that herbal infusion stuff. I comb my hair, I put that in there, mix it in, but I gotta let it dry out first. And then I comb it again, and it actually makes my hair a little stiffer because my clippers are not the best clippers. So when I did it, it made it cut a little bit better, and it came out a little bit more easier for me. But let me see what he's saying. Oh, okay. So I guess all right. That makes more sense to me. But it worked. Like I said, it works for me. Like it actually made it when I went to go cut my hair. It actually made it come out a little bit better because I am not a barber. Not a barber. I don't know how to cut nobody's hair. Somebody say, "Oh, can you cut my hair?" I do not know how to cut hair. I know how to do my own. That's it. And I don't think I'm that good at it. How I end up cutting my hair is I look in the mirror. And once I get to the point where I'm okay with it, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Pack everything up. Yeah. I'm actually, Jay, I'm going to get into that too because I'm going to tell y'all what I did because I get it. Leave me out the pit. I get it. It makes all the sense in the world. But as far as crypto go, like I said, I was getting into dividend investing plus crypto because I don't really advise people what to do, but I did. Early on the video, I was talking about HRZN, which is a monthly dividend stock that I have stock in. It pays out 11 cents a share, and it's been paying it every month since I bought the stock. So for y'all that, like I said, I never tell people what to do, but my average cost is at $9.20 a share right now. And then what I was at the time I was saying it yeah, I don't know. I never cut. I ain't gonna say never. I did one person's hair. Actually, my cousin that be on Lives with us sometimes. I cut his hair one time. It actually came out pretty good. It wasn't quite what he wanted, but once he saw it, he was like, "No, I'm good with this," and we went from there. But that was the only hair that I would cut other than my own. I only did that. He was having health issues at the time. He really couldn't do a whole lot for himself at the time, so I was, just trying to help him out and just clean him up enough that he didn't look so bad. But outside of that, I don't. But yeah, HRZN is one of the ones that one of the things I was putting. But I bought some more Pepsi this morning, and then I bought some more NZO. I think I said that stock code wrong. But how's everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing? I'm a still Jay's move. How y'all doing? From scale of 1 to 10. Put it in the chat. What y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Hopefully we get some 10s, not 8, 9s, and 10s. I want to hear 8, 9s, and 10s. But yeah, the other one was an NVO. No, not NVO. I'm sorry. That's not it. It was something else. Where is it at? It wasn't what I was looking for. ELV. No, what up? No. That's what's up, top to bottom. We got 8. We got 8. We got 8 in the house. Okay, we got JJ in the house is on the 8 too. We got some 8 bowls in the house. 8s. We got all 8s. But yeah, ELV, I put a little bit more money in. Yes, HRZN is the one that pays out every month. It's Horizon Technologies. That pays out every month 11 cents. But yeah, Jay, that's it. The other one was ELV. I've mentioned that one before. It's still sitting in the slumps. It's probably 50% down from where it originally was high wise. So I'm still trying to load up on that. But I'm gonna tell y'all what I did with crypto. I'll get back to the dividend stuff in a minute. But those are the two. And Pepsi is something else that I bought today too. And I'm gonna tell y'all what I did with crypto. And like I said, y'all know that the vast majority of what I do is dividend. That's my that's how I go. But I'm gonna tell you what I do. Since we talking about this with crypto. Now I do buy crypto sometimes in Robinhood. I just don't hold it long term. But I got Webull Pay is where I have crypto over there too. I don't have a ton of money over there, but I do have crypto over there too. But again, me watching the economy, watching all the rhetoric, and watch all of the stuff that happens and stuff like that, and knowing that when August the 1st, for those that did not know, August the 1st, all of the Trump tariffs were supposed to go in full effect. Of course, prior to that, they were doing a whole lot of negotiating with different countries. Trump was doing all the negotiating with different countries, trying to come up with, I guess, fair trade tariffs or something like that, whatever the case may be. This is why I tell people, honestly speaking, what I would suggest to anybody on my live to do is that if you haven't already, go to True Social and set you up an account. And if you don't do anything else over in True Social, follow Donald J. Trump. The reason why I say this is because you're going to get a whole lot of rhetoric from everybody else. At least you'll know straight from the White House what because they post on social, True Social and X, on X and True Social all the time. So I usually go over there and I start reading what Trump is actually saying. Then I'll go and see what the media is also saying. And you're going to get a better perspective of what's going on. But here's the reason why I'm saying this is because, again, whether you like politics or not, you got to pay attention to some extent if you want to capitalize off this stuff. Man, what's up, man? What's up, man? Do Magic 47. How you doing, my brother? Yeah. Listen, I agree with you. Now, if you would have asked me this question a little bit months ago, I was on the side of Jerome Powell at the time because I was like, nah, I've been doing this for a while. I think you'd be jumping the gun if you was to lower the interest rates now. Now that we are into it a lot more deeper, further into it, I am 100% with Trump on this one is we need to lower the interest rates because it's not going to do. And if y'all listen to what Jerome Powell say, it's clearly they should have did it, but he just, chest pumping. That's why I see it. I'm gonna be defiant type of stuff. But it is what it is. But I agree with you. At this point in time, I agree. the interest rate should have came down. He didn't have to go drastic, but he could have threw a bone in there somewhere. But, to be defiant, in my opinion, that's what they did. So I agree with you, man. 47, I agree. At this point, I am 100% with Trump on this one. The interest rates needs to be, they need to pivot them down more. They were trying to help out the Biden administration, but, why all of a sudden y'all don't want to do this? But yes, my brother, good morning to you. God bless you. Hopefully everything 47 is well with you. I did buy crypto, and this is what I keep telling people about paying attention to don't stop listening to all the rhetoric and stuff. Pay attention to what's really going on. So me knowing that Trump was getting ready to, those tariffs was going to go into effect, right? I know how the market has a tendency to respond. Now, I got dividend stock, so I don't have to react to that part so much, but this is what I did with crypto. I sold everything I had in crypto, everything, down to a bare small minimum because I knew that crypto was going to crash. Now, did I know 100%? No, because I can't predict it that well. But knowing what I knew about as far as the tariffs are going into effect, and how the market, and what Jerome Powell said, that Wall Street's not going to like it. There's going to be a negative response in the market. Yeah, Jay, you might be right about that one. Hold on. And hey, man. Yes, 47, you on it, my brother. I agree with, and listen, nobody's going to invest in it. Nobody's going to want to. So my thing is that, so again, back to the crypto real quick. I dropped off everything. Yes, I knew what you were saying, bro. I knew it when you said rest. I understood that it was risk. So I sold everything off, right? And this is why I had to spend a lot of time with this stuff. I said, I'm going to dump everything off because I got a feeling, I got a suspicion, which is a strong suspicion that there's going to be a crypto sell-off. And exactly what ended up happening. Everything started falling, like crashing. So I slowly fed some stuff in there, but I wanted to see how far it was going to go. And when I sold off everything, all but one thing, I had 7 different cryptos that I'm working with. All but one was in the red at the time, but not by a lot of money, but just in the red. So I dropped everything I had. This is what I did. I sold everything I had to a bare minimum because I wanted to play the down game and not the up game. So I let it all fall. I watched it for a little bit. Once I seen it fall below certain averages, I started feeding money back in slowly because I wasn't too sure how far it was going to go. So at some point, it really started tapering down. And I said, okay, now it's down to a good chunk, decent down to far enough. I started going heavier and heavier, right? And I did this over the last few days. I've been doing this over the last few days or whatever. Today, every last one of those cryptos that I have, I'm in the green right now. If I sold up every single one, I'd be making money. If I sold up every single one right now, and I'll be making money. I don't have a whole lot of money in there, but I'm quite sure y'all can probably see the green of it, maybe. But I got 7 cryptos that I'm working with. And I brought it up just so y'all kind of see. I don't know if y'all was able to see it because I know it glares and lights and stuff or whatever. But every last one of them in the green right now. Not by a lot of money because I didn't have a whole lot of money. A lot of money there. But I put a certain amount of money there where I started. I think when I started working this account, I had $600. That's exactly what I put in there. And I work it back and forth whenever I see opportunity like this. And I just sold off. And it took me about 2 months, maybe 3. Now I'm doubling the money, a little more than doubling the money that I have in there. I don't start with a whole lot of money. I start with what I had to work with, what I'm willing to risk and lose if I happen to lose. And all I'm trying to do is rack up more crypto. I'm not trying to take the money out and take the money out. The intent for me is to make money off of crypto, leave it there, and whenever it keeps crashing, reposition myself and hopefully getting more of the shares of the crypto. Same thing anybody would do with any type of investing they're doing, is to take profit and try to rack up more shares in hopes to make more money down the road. So I'm playing the long game. This is not a suggestion what somebody should do or not do. This is just what I do. So yeah, I do have money invested in crypto, Jay, because I know you asked the question a while. So that's the answer to your question is yes, I do have money in crypto. I do play the crypto game. Now, Robinhood, if I make money off of crypto, I sell it. And then I dump that money that I make out of crypto into one of my stocks that pays out dividends. And then I'll start back over in crypto and Robinhood. If it falls again or low enough, I'll start fishing money in there. Some of my dividend money I'll put there. If I see the crypto go up enough, I'll snatch that money out, dump it in my dividend stocks. And as my dividends start rolling in and I see crypto low enough again, I'll go back in and see what happens. Now, 2 cryptos now that I have in Robinhood I'm not selling, which is Ethereum and Solana. And the reason why I'm not selling it because now, if y'all don't notice, in Robinhood, Solana and Ethereum, they're stacking now. Meaning stacking to me is just like collecting dividends. You're just not getting it in money form. You're just racking up. You're getting more crypto for your money. So as long as you leave it in Ethereum, as long as you leave it in Solana, they paying out dividends in the form of crypto now. So those 2 I keep. Will I be a broker for crypto? I mean, I don't know how to answer that question, Jay. But I don't know how to answer that question. Are there people that are brokers for crypto? But that's what I do. That's how I invest in. That's how I do investing. So if you have Robinhood and you if you have money in Solana and Ethereum, you can move the crypto from that into the stacking program. And they will pay you interest on your money. So here's my point to that. And I'm going in my Robinhood account now. All right, Ethereum right now, they have. So what you have to do if you got Robinhood and you go buy Ethereum crypto, then you have to move it over into Ethereum stacking. So when you move it into stacking, whatever you have in there is going to pay. It's the same like a dividend. That's the only reason why I do it. Y'all know I like dividends, so that's where I go with. So Ethereum and Robinhood is paying out. Give me a second because I got to get into this one part to give y'all the interest that it gives you. All right, so Ethereum and Robinhood is giving 2.71% APY on any crypto that you have that you moved into the stacking program, right? And if you got Solana in Robinhood, it's paying out 7.07% APY if you move it into the stacking program. So this is like when people ask me why I like Robinhood so much, this is why I like Robinhood so much. Now, so here's what's happening with my account in Robinhood. I'm getting money off the crypto that I own in Robinhood through the stacking program. I'm also collecting dividends from all of the companies that I have money invested in Robinhood from dividends. I also get paid 1.5% interest off of any uninvested money that is sitting into my brokerage account. So as minute the dividends start to go on my brokerage account, the interest start to accrue on that money. Now, also Robinhood, if you have any shares in there that are full shares, they rent out your stocks if you turn on what they call the stock lending program. So not only am I getting dividends off of the stocks that I own, Robinhood is renting them out for people that do like this what's your name trading or whatever, and they rent out the stocks to other people. And I get paid a little bit of money out of it. Not a whole lot of money, but I get paid a little bit of money out of that too. So I know my point of view is that the reason why I like it so much because and nowhere where my money is at in Robinhood is idling and not making me something in return. That's my whole point. That's why I like it. Now I'm not saying other platforms don't do it, but because Robinhood does do it, I anything that's going to take my money and make me money, I'm in. Even if I'm not comfortable, 100% comfortable with it, I'm in. Now I can tell y'all like this. Now Jay, I get the point about the crypto scares you. Now I've been messing with crypto for a little while, but I'm gonna tell you, my lady, she had a lot of money in crypto. She likes it. My nephew, he's a crypto. He likes crypto too. He invests a lot in crypto. My brother invests in crypto, and like I said, my team around me, there are people in my team that invest in crypto. Now, when I say a lot, I don't mean like millions of dollars and nothing like that. I'm just saying that they comfortable with it enough that they invest more than I probably am comfortable with doing. I'm a dividend person. I go the direction I do. I go more dividends than anything. I do have some what they consider growth stocks. I also have money in crypto, but the vast majority of my money is in stuff that pay out dividends. But I do branch off into those areas because they can make you money. They can make you a ton of money. But you got to be comfortable with the risks that come with that too. And so that's where I have to play the game of. Am I comfortable with the risks that come with that? Now, honestly speaking, I had a bunch of Dogecoin when it was worthless. Before Elon Musk got involved, I had a bunch of it, and I got rid of it way too soon. If I wouldn't have never got rid of Dogecoin and just stuck with it and just kept doing what I was doing when I was doing it, I probably would be rich right now. But I jumped out because I saw no value in it, and that was my mistake. I probably would be rich. If not rich, I would easily have walked away on the low end with close to $200,000 off of a $400 investment. And that is no lie. If I strolled you through my Robinhood account and took you to where I had a whole bunch of that stuff, crypto-wise, and I got rid of it way too soon, if I would have just left it there and left it alone and just kept feeding a little bit of change I had over there, I would have been easily made almost $200,000 off of $400, maybe $500 investment. And that is dead to truth. And I kick myself every day. Yeah, I think about it because I'm like, man, I should have never touched that money. But I did. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm not, it's spilled milk for the most part, but it's all good. I ain't mad. So I get it, Jay. I get why you would have concerns. I do too. And I had to go do my homework, figure out what Bitcoin was and what it does, and understanding the blockchain and how it moves money. And there's a lot behind it. It is. But my thing is this, is that, how they say, no risk, no reward. But I don't think it's going nowhere. I can tell you that much. I don't think crypto's going nowhere. And if someone was to ask me would I invest in crypto, I would tell them, yeah, I am. I have money in there. I don't have what I consider a substantial amount of money, but I do have a good portion of money there, and it has made me some money. So for me personally, yeah, I would, and my thing is, I tell people, don't invest fun money. Fun money, meaning money that you're gonna mess up doing something else anyway. That's where you go. That's the money you do. I call it soda. Sometimes I call it soda money, meaning that when you go get some coffee or some soda, something to drink, something that is really you probably shouldn't be drinking anyway, but take some of that money, a little bit of that money, invest it somewhere that can help you. That's it. See, a lot of times people look for this big moment where, if I got a lot of money, I want to I want to save $1,000 so I can invest $1,000. That is not the way to go. If you got $1, invest $1. Because you're never going all that I'm gonna save this and go invest. No, don't do that. Just take small portions. This is what I did. 100% is what I did. I took very, very small portions. I didn't care if it was $1. I was excited about investing $1 just as much as I was excited about investing $50, $100, $1,000. I was excited about it. I was. And it's rare for me to put big chunks of money anyway. I'm very, very patient with it. I'll take my time and put a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. The other day, I got an ETF that went down enough that I was like, you know what? The money was making money where it was at, but I said they'd give me a better return if I took it. So I took some money out of that I had and sitting kind of in the savings that's making me money anyway, because it's giving me interest on 1.5% interest where I had it just sitting in there saving wise. I took some of that money out and I dumped it into a dividend stock ETF that was going to give me a better return every month because it was down enough that I was willing to put the risk, take the risk and put the money there. So I gotta say, for me, I invest in crypto, not real heavy, but I do have it. And it moves up and down drastically. But again, if you're paying attention to the stock market, if you're paying attention to the politics, give me 1 second. If you're paying attention to the stock market and you're paying attention to what's going on politically, and if you start to understand the market and why it moves and what's happening, you'll be able to get a better opportunity to make some money off of the stuff. Really, that's dead serious. Like I said, I sold all that crypto that I had, and I waited it out. I seen it all fall down. And I don't know if y'all could see it, but everything was in the green. And I do the crypto the same way I do my dividend stocks. I don't care about the price. Once I establish an average cost, I play in that average cost. So if it falls below my average, I need to know when I'm making money and not making money. And when it starts to go into the red, and it goes into red enough, then I'll just start fishing more money. And listen, that particular stock, I didn't even get a chance to put all the money back before it started to reverse course. I mean, those cryptos, I didn't get all the money back in there before it started to reverse course and go up into the green, which is cool. That means I still got money to work with. If it falls into the red, far enough in the red, I can actually go back and start reinvesting. So that's the game that I play. Always have some money to work with. That's one thing that I always tell people. Have money sitting in idle, some type of idle money that's making you some money sitting there to take advantage of these opportunities like this that may come arise and you come across where it's a buying opportunity. So when Trump said it, when he said it that moment back then, he said, "Oh, this would be a good time to buy." Now, me personally, again, he didn't have to tell me. I already saw it, and I had some money that I was going to use for something else just to enjoy myself, and I said, "Nope, can't do it." And I took every dime of it and I fished it out into the stock market, and I'm glad I did because not long, a couple of months later, it turned around and I'm in a better predicament because of it. And this is why I tell people is if, again, yes, a little bit about the politics because you can't never get off this subject, and I'm never going to really totally get off of it. But, here's my point is, why is it the one side encouraging their voters to do what the other side always tell their voters to do? Because the one side want to make money off of you, and the other side wants you to make it yourself. And that's it. And I'm not saying 100% on both sides, but it is what it is. I choose to be on the winning side of this. Now I'm not, I don't care how, people gonna get in their feelings, all this or that, whatever. You know what I mean? None of these other people got up there and said this would be a good time to buy, but the one president get up there and tell you that, you get mad because he said it. This is what the Democrats did. They got mad because he said it. They didn't tell the people, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Y'all should go." When he said, "Yeah, y'all should go do that," that's exactly what y'all should do. You know how much the Democratic voters would have appreciated them if they would encourage their voters to do exactly what Trump said. But see, that would have painted Trump in a good light because it's not about politics. It's not about doing right by the people. It's their hate for him. They cannot see past their hate for somebody. All they had to do in that moment was say, "You know what, y'all should, yeah, he's right, go buy." But they didn't do that. They didn't care. They wanted everybody to hate him, and that's what they're trying to do is get somebody to hate him. Why? I don't even know why. Honestly, you can't. Well, all the ones that come in there, be like, but why? Why? What did he do so bad that y'all hate him so much?
I've seen people do worse and y'all don't hate them. What is it about this one person that y'all hate so much? This is the part that doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not saying he's perfect. I know he got stuff with him too, but it's just like y'all not making sense. Y'all all of y'all got all this hate for this person for what? Oh, he's not following the Constitution. Well, you had a whole lot of people that didn't follow it, even though he is, but y'all had a lot of people. You can't tell me. So y'all didn't hate the ones that was trying to disarm the rest of America, disarm their country. But y'all hate somebody who's trying to actually restore the Second Amendment rights the way they supposed to have been, as close possible as possible. Why? So you have the right to defend yourself against a tyrannical government, but y'all want them to tell you, nah, I'm good. That's why I stay where I'm at. And I make no apologies for it because I already see what the real game is. And this is why I do what I do. And I'm not rich. I'm on that course of getting there. I'm working every single day to try to get there, to financially better my situation. And I'm not, that's why I watch what they say, but I also, yes, top to bottom, I agree with you. Selective outrage. Yeah. And, and my thing is this, is that, we it's like somebody coming and tell me to hate somebody that I don't even know. I'm like, why would I hate somebody because you said hate them? Like to me, that's something. There would be something really wrong with me if I just go pick up someone else's hate. Like who we hating today? Like that don't even make sense to me. Like that's something off with me if I just hate somebody because someone else told me to hate them. They didn't do nothing to me. They did it to you. If they did do something to you, now it might put me a little bit on alert. Like, okay, what do you mean? What did they do? And then if what they tell me doesn't add up, it's like, nah, I'm good. Because I've had people do that in my years, like people that I grew up with in my neighborhood, in my community. They turn around and tell me they hate somebody. I'm like, who? Man, I can't stand that. I'm like, why? What'd they do to you? I don't know. I just don't like them. All right, that's you. Ain't got nothing to do with me. And then I get to know the person, find out they actually a decent person. Matter of fact, I almost to the point where I'd rather hang around with them than to hang around with you because you got so much hate for somebody for no reason. But then when I got to know the person that you said you hate, they turned out to be a very good person. I was like, oh, I don't understand why you hate the person. They actually a decent person. All right, we cool. That's it. So my thing is this: you're not going to, no one's going to convince me to hate somebody just because you want me to. Yeah, out the pit. You got that one. You got, man, out the pit. Honestly speaking, listen, you on point with this in so many ways. It ain't funny because prior to, listen, I ain't gonna say I had hate for Trump, but I wasn't really, because of all the rhetoric was going out before this moment. I was just like, whatever, man. I ain't. But because they kept doing it so much, it forced me to go start doing my homework. I'm like, yo, something is just not adding up. I'm like, how is it that they hate somebody so much? Right. And that's my whole point. It just doesn't add up to me. Why? Like, and I watch these. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo, out the pit, I swear to you. When we was, all right, so here's what happened. We having this conversation. This is a while back. This is before the election, after Trump lost the second election, right? I mean, lost to Joe Biden, which I really don't think he lost. But we ain't gonna get that. When he lost, and everything kind of started going haywire. Like everything, prices, everything just went to. So that's what forced me to kind of start really digging into this stuff because I'm like, wait. Y'all painted this dude out like he the worst person ever. And I'm not even getting into trying to protect Trump. What sparked it was I started looking at how bad things start getting and how fast they start getting there. And I said, wait a minute, why gas prices go up so fast? And then I done my homework and found out what Joe Biden did. And I said, well, why would you give all of that oil and stuff to China? Like, what is that? You're saying you don't want so you don't want to you okay with China using fuel and tearing up stuff, but you don't want America to do it. I'm not making sense. If we're going to stop using fossil fuels and stuff, then why not everybody do it? But y'all gonna hand it to another country and not leave it here. Oh yeah, yo, something. Yes, he is King Petty. Hey, a word away from here. God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Everybody on the live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. So I'm like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to give away everything. Why? I don't like it. I didn't understand it. And then over and over and over, they just start chopping away. And I'm like, all right, let me go do my homework. And then I started, the hard part was what Trump was. I had to go find out about his history, life history. And then I just kept coming across story after story of him doing so much stuff. I'm like, because I didn't understand why the people that like him, I didn't understand why they liked him so much. The hate, whatever, I ain't picking that up. I ain't had no hate for the man, but I'm like, why do the people that like him so much? That was the part that was really striking my and then I started finding out all the stuff that he was doing for people, like positive wise, helping people, giving them money, fixing them, and it kept coming across so many stories that I had to go hunt down because in my opinion, he don't like, I guess he tries to keep that stuff not being so public. It's one of those things like, I just like doing nice stuff for people. I don't want no accolades for it. That's how I perceived it to be. So he started, I'm like, man, how can y'all hate somebody like this? This guy doing a lot of stuff for a lot of people. And like, y'all actually hate somebody? Yeah. So it was like, bro, y'all not making sense. But then a couple of people, we all had a conversation about it. And they were just like, man, I'm done with this, bro. And everybody just got to that point. And we were just like, and I said, man, and I just start bringing back what I was saying. And then, and anybody that understands me, I'm a man that solely believe in God. And I said, God, before I decide to do what I'm going to do, I said, something just seems off. So I'm going to go and I'm going to pray about this one. And I need you to give me instruction. And I followed the instruction as best as I could. And that's why I started campaigning for him. I have never campaigned for no politician like that in my lifetime. I've been around them. But when I started, what made me want to campaign for him was because I saw the stuff that he was doing for people behind the scenes. That was my number one reason. Because to me, it spoke to a character more than anything anybody could say. I don't care about what y'all say. I wanted to see what the man was really behind the scenes, and that's what made me do it. So that's what made me do it. And now, and that was it. And I was just like, but like I said, I'm glad I did. But my thing is that so him being the current president right now, and him throwing a bone out there to the American citizens, telling y'all that, look, I'm about to make things happen. Yes, the stock market is down. I'm about to make things happen. I'm going to throw y'all a bone. It's a good time to buy. And they didn't do it. Yes, they did. And they didn't do it. The Democrats did not tell their constituents, their voters and stuff, Trump was right, go buy. They didn't do it. And that right there should have been enough for you to say, I need to get away from them. Because he gave people an opportunity for them to make some money, almost a 100% chance to. Because if you look at where it was then, and you look at the stock market right now, if anybody would have jumped in, then they would have been made some type of money. Not saying you got rich, but understand what I'm saying. Yeah, and they lied to us like we didn't see what we seen. Like you see this man falling over on stage. His words aren't even clear. He's speaking in tongues, but there is no Holy Spirit moving nowhere. But yeah, he up there debating with Trump speaking in tongues, and it ain't got nothing to do with God. Like we're not watching y'all lead this old man off, his wife lead this old man off the stage like he can't walk, and then talk to him like he was a child. Good job, Joe. You answered all the questions correctly. Like, seriously. Like, listen, his wife was talking to him like he was a 2-year-old. Good job, Joe. You answered all the questions correctly. So I'm like, bro, he's off. And every last one of these Democrats got up there and kept talking about Joe's health. He's strong. He's incoherent. But if you listen, all of them said the same thing. If you go to every last Democrat that said something about Joe and watch what they said, every last one of them said the very same talking points. That's how you know they all communicate and work together, because none of them changed their language. They all use the same talking points. Yeah, they did. Nope. They didn't even apologize. You right out the pit. They didn't apologize. They did not stand up there with some integrity and character and say, sorry, America, we lied to y'all. To this day, they haven't. They did not get up there and say, you know what? The Democratic Party should have got up there and said, we sorry. We lied to y'all. We thought we was, whatever reason y'all had, they never apologized. But I'm going to tell you what, they still doubled down on it. No, she don't. She can care less. And here's the crazy part is that they never apologize. They ain't going to apologize. And when y'all seen Trump won the election and y'all seen, I forget the young man's name who was a cancer victim, right? They hate Trump so much that they could not stand up for a cancer survivor because of y'all hate for somebody. If that ain't demonic, I don't know. Y'all couldn't stand up for Trump trying to fight for these people that was a victim of these legal immigrants, rape and murdering their kids. Y'all still sat right there while the vast majority of America was watching y'all on camera. Y'all still sat there and y'all stubborn and hatefulness and evilness couldn't even clap for that. And you want people to continually go vote for y'all? And y'all couldn't even stand and clap for a cancer victim? Make that make sense. Yeah. Yes. And I agree with you. Listen, let me be honest with you. When Obama won the election, I didn't vote for Obama. I did not. And I told many times why I did not vote for him. But the one thing I was trying not to do was publicly bash him. And anybody that know me personally before the YouTube and all the other stuff, when people would say stuff, I said, nah, I'm gonna leave that alone. And this is exactly what was coming out of my mouth. I was like, I mean, you know, he a black president. This is the first time we got a chance for a black person to be president. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna dog him out because there's a lot of stuff I don't, you know, I might not vote for him, but I'm gonna try not to dog him out. And I was hoping that when he got in there and actually got in office, that he was going to actually bring about change. Turns out, he just turned out to be a piece of crap. And I remember the first time I heard somebody be honest about Obama when I was years ago. It was a light-skinned guy, and it was actually I think I was in a barbershop. That might have been the last time I was in a barbershop. And this, I think, Obama was probably still in office at this time. The second term part, though. And he said, I hear what y'all saying, but y'all tell me what Obama done. And this is, of course, it's a black barbershop, all black people in there. This is a black community, black neighborhood. And he literally said this. He said, all right, while we sitting here talking about it, y'all tell me exactly what did Obama do for the black community. I'll wait while you cutting my hair. This is what he said. Room in the barbershop got silent. Nobody really could give him something. They tried a little stupid stuff, but it wasn't nothing of substance. No substance at all. And it was basically silence. And turns out, but where I twisted, where I got, when it got gloves off for me, had nothing to do with Trump. When Obama got in office, when he was in office and he started forcing that stuff on the schools, meaning that the boys being able to go in the girls' bathroom, when he signed legislation to do that and to force that on people, that was it for me. I did not care. It was gloves off at that point. I was like, I don't care about the dude. I said, that don't even make logical sense. This is not about politics. Why would you think that it's okay for boys to go in the girls' bathroom? I got a daughter and you got two of them. I got a daughter and you got two. You care more about homosexuality than you care about protecting your children. I knew there was something demonic about him at that point. So you care more about homosexuality than you care about the protection of your daughters. Now, I know his daughters got Secret Service protection, so they ain't got to worry about it. But everybody else's kids do. Everybody else's daughters got to worry about some man and some boy going to the bathroom unprotected, but except for yours because yours got Secret Service protecting them. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, nah, bro. Honestly speaking, and this is real talk, if he was in my face at that moment, I would have trashed him. And I would not have cared. That's how mad I was. I would have been willing to go to jail. I literally probably would have trashed him and went to jail because I was that mad about it. Because I'm like, how are you the president of the United States and you think it's okay to put women in harm's way by allowing men to go into women's bathroom? That don't even make sense. I was heated. I was extremely heated. And this had nothing to do with Trump. I didn't care 2 cents about none of that because we wasn't even there yet. This is when Obama was in office and he did that. That was it for me. I was like, I don't care what happens to him. And I got a daughter. And I did not care what happened to him. And that's when it was gloves off with me. And Trump wasn't even a factor in this at all. This was 100% towards Obama when he did that. And then you had the audacity to go over to Africa and try to force it. So I didn't care. At that point, I would have been trying to fight through all the Secret Service men just so I could trash him because no way in the world, no real man would have done that. Something about you was off. That you would want to put everybody's daughter in harm's way by allowing a man to go to the bathroom. That means you are a pervert. And any man that think that that's okay is one too. You're a predator. So I would have trashed him. What's up, Donald? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. I would have trashed him, and I wouldn't have cared. I really wouldn't have cared. Because that's how I felt about it. I was like, wait a minute, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Not making sense. Why would you do it? You're not making sense. So it's okay to put everybody else's child in harm's way, daughters in harm's way, while yours got Secret Service protection. No real man gonna do that. Now, the punk man, a gay man might be okay with that, but I'm not. I'm a real man. And that's how I felt about it. That's how mad I was at the moment. Because I'm like, no way, no real man in their right mind would do that. No real man in their right mind would do that. And you can't tell me you got a daughter and you love your daughter and you okay with men going in the bathroom with your daughter. Then something is off with you as a man. This is not about politics. This is about being a man. And if any man is okay with their daughters being another man going into the bathroom or in women's sensitive spaces, okay with that, something is off with you as a man. That has nothing to do with politics. Honestly, that shouldn't have never been something that reached politic level. Why in the world would it even be in Washington, you signing legislation for something like that? That shouldn't have never made it to Washington. That's common sense. No. That's common sense. Donald, you're not telling me something I don't already know. But what did he do? Now, if you're going to tell that part, tell the rest of it. What did he also do to who put Epstein in jail? If you want to tell the whole story. Why is Epstein getting him in jail? Trump was the one who went after him when he found out what he was doing. But you're not going to tell that part. That's why he cut ties with him when he found out what he was doing. See, y'all always trying to speak rhetoric the one way, but you don't never want to tell the whole story. But Obama's and them knew what he was doing. Why they didn't do nothing about it? Huh? My point is, why didn't they do it? Trump was the one who went after him. Yes, Trump was the one who went after him. He didn't put him, actually grab him and put him in jail, but he the one instructed them to go get him. When he found out what he was doing, Trump was the one who triggered it all. Yes, he has. I know 100% he has. So you come with rhetoric. I come with, listen, I ain't got to go look. You can go find out for yourself. You already know. Because you done came on live many times, which you are welcome to. You are welcome to, but I know exactly what happened. Now, I'm not talking about what your media try to spin to y'all. I know what happened behind the scenes, bro. That's why his behind was in jail. No, I'm not. I don't, like I said, just like you always say, go do your research. I did mine, you go do yours. I don't need to come with facts. This is Ron's opinion, don't matter. And if you don't like what I said, you know what to do. I don't need, listen, I don't have to prove nothing to no one. And I've never got on my live and brought up stuff and brought up stories and stuff. I don't even get into it. You don't have to take nothing that I say seriously. You can go find out for yourself. Just like you don't, do you go to the media and to ask them where their source is at? You come here because you like it here. You have to come here anyway because you're the cult leader. I don't have to go. Listen, I don't trust everything somebody tell me. I go dig up and dig up and dig up and dig up until I get a reasonable understanding of what's going on. This is not about people's source because people lie all the time. People manipulate all the time. Even when it comes to what you read on YouTube, Google, all that other stuff. You go to Google, they lie. None of this stuff. But I'm telling you, I know what happened. You don't need to know my sources. I know a lot more than you think I know. I'm not going to cite my source. I don't have to. I know I'm right. You got to prove that I'm not. If you disagree, if it matters that much to you, then you can go get your sources and prove that I'm wrong. But I'm not. He went after him. And here's my point to y'all is this. Donald, his hate for Trump, it is so great that it exceeds regular common sense. He can't even think regular common sense that he hates Trump so much. This is not about my like for Trump because I can care less. I honestly can care less. It has nothing to do with that. I look at what's going on and how can I benefit from that. But what I do have a problem with is when someone comes, what I do have a problem with, like here's my point. The other lie, when I was giving instruction on how to better yourself financially, he didn't want black people to get better. Because he works for the Democratic Party and he wants black people to stay financially devastated. That's why he started saying what he was saying. Bro, I don't trust none of your fact checkers. Your CNN people don't fact check nothing. They've been wrong. These are the very same fact checkers that said Joe Biden's health was very cognitive. These are the very same fact checkers that said Joe Biden was the most healthiest president we've ever had. These are the very same fact checkers that said Joe Biden's health was 100%. These are your sources. They don't know how to tell the truth. They have never told the truth. They sit there and lie all the time. So we can care less about your fact checkers. I don't need a source. Where's I've seen that? Yeah, he did. No, I don't. I don't trust fact checkers. You know who the fact. Why would you trust fact checkers who lie? The very fact checkers you talking about said that Joe Biden was healthy. The very fact checkers, they the ones said all of this stuff. The last 4 years, they've been saying all this stuff, and now what? Again, the fact checker said that you can't. The fact checker was the one who said that you needed Congress to act in order to fix the border problem, right? And these are the very same fact checkers. They said you needed Congress to fix the border. These are your sources. But yet, we fixed it without Congress. Your fact checkers. Your fact checker said that the economy was going to go to crap if we raised tariffs. Meanwhile, that didn't happen either. These are your fact checkers. The fact checkers, they the ones said all this stuff. Because you said the economists, you said, Ron, you don't know more than the economists. The economists don't know what they're talking about. How you going to say you know more than the economists? They know more than I know. Yeah. These are the very same fact checkers that said that it was peaceful protests. That's my fact checkers, sources, fact checkers, same people. You can name them whatever you want to name them. You can call them fact checkers. You can say they're my sources. You can say that they're liberals. You can say they're Democrats. You can say anything you want to say. These are the very same people. Just because you want to switch and put a title on it, it doesn't matter. These are the very same people who don't know nothing that they're talking about. They're the very same people. All of them are idiots and don't have an idea what they're talking about. They are the same people. The fact checkers, all of them. They immature, illiterate fools that don't know what they be talking about. They spew out rhetoric to everybody else and want everybody to accept their lies. So it's the same people. It doesn't matter. It's the very same people. I don't know nothing, but I've been right about everything I've been talking about. I've been so right that I've been making money off of my rightness. I tell you what, border crossings ain't the same as they used to be. I tell you what, border crossings ain't the same as they used to be. I said when Trump get in office, it's going to stop. That's why I voted. Make my point. I said that was going to stop as soon as Trump went in office. So you tell me. Yeah, and it's up today. So what's your point? I knew it was going to go down. That's why I bought more. And I instructed people to buy more. Why? Because I knew, again, just like you said, it dropped by 1,000 points. But why did it drop? It dropped because everybody was worrying about when the tariffs go into effect on the 1st. I also told people that we're in earnings season. So you're going to see the stock market drop. And if you're paying attention, there's an opportunity for you to also buy. That's the reason why I said in the video earlier, I sold all my crypto because I knew exactly what was going to happen. So again, you keep telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. But I've been gangster in this for a while now. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I was writing all your economists that kept telling you that I don't know what you kept saying they know better than I do, but yet I was on point with it and they wasn't. Matter of fact, most of them now to turn around and say Trump outsmarted all of us. He didn't outsmart me because I knew exactly what he was going to do. I also told you that we are not going to need the Feds to lower interest rate, and as long as Trump's policies go into effect, we're not going to need the Federal Reserve to actually lower the interest rate in order for the economy to improve. And what has happened? It improved drastically. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't have to debate this with you. The facts are, the proof is in the pudding. Everything that I said was going to happen is happening. You told me that the stock market was going to crash and it was going to stay this economy. Meanwhile, it is back up. And I kept telling you that ain't got nothing to do with it. Big money going to do what they do. You can't tell. I'm not going to sit there and tell you I'm right about everything because I'm not. I've been wrong before. But on this subject here, I've been gangster. You see that OG in my name? Original gangster. So I've been gangster on this one. Now I might be wrong about some other stuff, but I've been gangster on this one. And the 8 or 9 people that you talking about on my live, I guarantee you, without even questioning them, if they did anything that I said in the time when it came to investing wise, they making money. They making money. They making money. If anybody did anything I said on my lives, when I've been talking about investing, they making money. So you can't tell me what I'm doing, what I don't know what I'm talking about. Because one thing I do on my channel, for those that support my channel, I try to give them an opportunity to financially better themselves. That don't mean I tell them what to do. I just tell them what I'm doing. And if they take advantage of some of that, I guarantee you that they're doing all right. They're doing a little bit better than what they was starting out. And you're right. Out the pit, I am. But that's what I do when I need to. But I knew he was back because my subscribers went up by 1. Understand that some things I do is very intentional. But I like it when he's here. I really do. Yeah, he go too far sometimes, but I like it when he's here. You're gonna be all right. Again, listen, man. At the end of the day, like you gotta understand something, and this is real talk. Is we all gotta live our life, and we all got different experiences, right? We all trying to better ourselves, just how we live our life personally and how we live our lives financially. Everybody trying to better their lives. So what better way to communicate with people than to take advantage of social media? And for those that support your channel, that come to your channel on a regular basis, and rather it's my channel, rather it's Jay Garcia channel, rather it's Top to Bottom's channel, rather it's Out the Pitch channel, or anybody that on this channel that's offering people something of substance. What better way for us to do it than that? We're probably without social media, none of us probably will ever run into each other, and that's real talk. Probably would never know each other. Do I think it's by chance? No. I think I believe that a lot of times it's intentional. For how long, I don't know. But in the moment, I believe that it's intentional for whatever reason. And my thing is this, is that I can get up here and go back and forth with people about politics all day long. Honestly, it's giving people some insight, but that's why I tell people, take the person out of the equation. If you take Trump out of the equation and put somebody in the equation that you actually like, and then ask, would you be okay with what they're doing if it was somebody that you like? And I guarantee you the vast majority of people is going to be to say, yeah, I would. So it's not what they're doing that you have a problem with, it's who's doing it. That's wrong. Just because you prefer your people to do it, but your people had the opportunity to do it. They were there, but they didn't. What I think the bigger problem with this is that they're watching somebody who did not come through the political ranks, going up there, doing a job, doing it on a scale and on a level that they have never seen before, and they jealous because he's getting real results that they could not do. They could have done, but they never did. And they embarrassed because they're letting basically a political rookie tear them up. Because Trump, in my opinion, is a political rookie going into that, and he is tearing them up. He's making every last one of these politicians look like idiots because he don't have the experience that y'all have, but he's running it like he's been doing it for years. All of y'all been there for years and ain't did none of what he's did. Not even coming close. It's an embarrassment to all of the politicians, Democrat and Republican. And that's real talk. It's an embarrassment. Y'all didn't have the backbone to do what he did. Y'all don't have the backbone to take a bullet in the air and get back up and say, fight, fight, fight. Like only a petty Trump would do. And go back out there and do it better than he did it the first time. And do it fast and swift. So they embarrassed. All these politicians that have a problem with it embarrassed because y'all let a rookie, a political rookie, go into office and make y'all all look like idiots. Because he's doing it on, listen, that's how you're supposed to represent the country. When you walk up to another country and you shake the other country's hand, you stand there proud like you and with strength. Not no feeble president that look like he should be pushed in there on a wheelchair. Your country should represent strength, not weak. So this is why I'm not voting for people like that. I'm gonna always vote for the better person. If I see reasonably enough that they're the better person. Is Trump perfect? By far not. We all, me, Jay, out the pit, all of us agree. I mean, I like the pettiness. Like, believe that the pettiness part is I like, because that let me know that you ain't going, you not bought and sold. You know how you'll go at anybody, even if you listen. He went at Elon Musk, even though Elon Musk supported his campaign, he did not back down to Elon Musk. That means he wasn't bought by Elon Musk. Even though Elon Musk didn't like it, he still did not bow down to him and get Elon Musk what he wanted. Because Trump won wholeheartedly, whether people like it or not, he's trying to do the best by the people. And it's not by what he's saying that I see that. It's by what he's doing. I don't care about what he says. I'm watching what he's doing. And when I look at what he's doing, I see that it's best for the people. Not taxing people's overtime is best for the citizens, people that work every day. Not taxing people's tips is better for the people that work every day. That means you get to keep more of your hard-earned money, as opposed to them taking the government, taking it and handing it to people that don't deserve it. Cutting all of these welfare cuts and minimizing all that stuff is best for the hard-working citizen that actually earn it. Those are the ones that should matter the most. My point, and a world away from here. God bless you. I agree with you. I don't listen. For a person that's a man's man, and I'm not saying I'm the strongest man, the most manly man in the world and stuff like that, but for a person that's a man's man, and understanding your stance as a leader, as a man or as some type form of leader, understanding that the level of strength that you display is going to determine how somebody gonna mess with you or not. Most women, if they're with somebody that's a man's man, that don't mean you're the biggest man in the world, strong. No, they understand what I mean by when I say man's man. If they're in the presence of a man's man, they comfortable. They not worrying about dangers around them. They're not worrying about this happening around them. When they in the presence of man, they're not worrying about that because they know that the man got it. That's how you're supposed to look at your president. You should not look at your president like, oh man, he look like he ain't doing so well. He look like he 3 days away from death. You should not elect people that way. You don't understand what's going. Forget what's just about America. Look at the other countries that could possibly be a threat to this country, and they see what our leadership look like. What do you think they're going to think? What's up, spiritual teens? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. XRP, that's your crypto. For those that don't know, I don't have no XRP. I don't. I know a few people that do have it, but I personally don't have none. I don't give out recommendations to people to buy or not buy or sell or whatever. But if you're a person that is considering buying crypto, I just say be patient and wait for the good moment to buy and step in at that moment. You might make some good money. I've made good money off the crypto, but I don't have no XRP. But I do have crypto. If that's your question. But I know people that do have XRP, and like anything else, everything comes with a risk. And if you're willing to take the risk, be it. They say scared money don't make money. But yes. But anybody, like I said, I don't Donald probably unfollowed me again. But no, it's all good. It's all good. But we, at the end of the day, this is what we do. I mean, sometimes when I come on my live and I try to give people insight of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and if hopefully if I make some money, and if maybe they might, let me try. Hopefully they make money. That matters more to me, and it matters to me. Like outside of people having a relationship with God, which matters the most, which matters the most to me is, people having a relationship with God. But outside of that, financially, we all got to live by this in this system, and we didn't create this system. The system that most of us are born in, we did not create. But it's, we're born into it. But it's up to us how we're going to respond to it. We can sit back and listen to all of the political rhetoric that goes back and forth, all the hate for this person and the hate for that person, and I can't stand this and I don't like this. And all of the time and all of the energy that we are all putting in that, they're all better in their lives because they got you tearing up everything while they're making everything, while they're making and manufacturing, making and starting businesses, and they're doing all of this stuff, obtaining great wealth, while we on the low end are sitting there having debates about stupid little silly stuff that it doesn't get anybody nowhere. Yes, on YouTube or social media, it's extremely entertaining to some extent. But how is that really helping anybody? How is that progressing anybody? How is that? I mean, it's like top to bottom hair and skincare, right? And small business in their growth stage of business, right? Trying to build an empire business-wise. If they make it extremely complicated for that company to be profitable because the government is taking everything, right? Every time you make a dollar, they take into it. And they hand it to people that is not doing anything for what they're doing They're the ones making the product, packaging the product, shipping it, sending it, doing all of the work. And then the government wants to take 40% of their profit. Make that make sense. I don't care if it's on a small scale or a large scale. You did the work. You should keep it. You did the work. You get what I'm saying? So why should someone else be able to, why should people, the government come and take all of that, all that work you did, say, we're going to let you keep a little bit of it. You did all the work. You did all the work. And we're going to let you keep a little bit of it. Why would anybody want to do business why would you want to create a business in America if it's going to cost you more than it's worth? That is the very reason why a lot of these companies ran to other countries. Because in America, to do business in America, it cost you way more than it was worth. You was putting in a whole lot of effort just to have everything taken away from you financially and given to people that don't deserve it and didn't work for it, didn't do anything for it. And when you look at the decisions that the Trump administration has been doing, it is more favorable for a small business trying to survive in this world. Now, here's the thing. There's a way around that. You can collect your own rainwater and clean it up yourself. Now, if you're getting water through a system where it pumps it and they got to do all that stuff and then send it to your house, yeah, you're going to have to pay for that water because there's a lot of other work that goes behind cleaning that water to make it what they consider drinkable water. But what's to say, why can't you just build something and collect rainwater yourself and make your own system in your own home and do the same thing? Now, there's going to be some cost into it, but you'll probably cut your water bill down by a lot if you actually made and filtered and clean your own water. The other thing is that on my channel, if you're not going to go do all that, then go buy stock in companies that sell water that pays out dividends. That way you get some of that back. Because that's what I do. I ain't going to go out there and collect rain. I'm not going to do all the extra stuff. So what I do is I go buy like companies like York Water or AEP, which is another one, like an energy supplier, and they all pay out dividends. And my plan is to get so much money invested in all these companies that my cost of living is free for me. Why? Because I own and I got stock in all of them, and they paying me back a dividend, and it's hefty enough that it's covering the cost of my water bill, it's covering the cost of my electric bill, it's covering the cost of me buying gas for my car, it's covering the cost of everything that I do. Yes, it's true. That is true. But that's why they do it. So you had to pay for it. And I agree. And that's true. In some towns, they make it illegal to collect rainwater. And that's true. That's why the other option, top to bottom here, is go buy the water company. Take some of your money and invest in the water companies. Invest in the energy companies. Invest in Pico Energy. Invest in all of these different energy companies, gasoline, all of that stuff. Buy them up. Because if they're making money, you'll make money. Probably. You're probably right. Once they find a way to charge you for oxygen, they probably will. They haven't figured that part out, but again, I understand the process of what it takes to process and clean water. So I know that you got to pay people to do all this stuff and monitor the water system, take out this, clean filters, replace filters, do all of this other stuff. I get all of that. I'm not saying you should not have to pay for it. But again, and that's why I invest in water companies, because that's why I invest in the water companies. And that's exactly why I do. I invest in every water company that I know of, especially if I pay the bill there. And they probably will. Let me come across a company saying they found a way to charge for oxygen. I'll be buying their stock up like crazy. Yeah, I need to know who that is. I mean, I know they sell oxygen in the tank for certain reasons, but if they found a way to filter all the oxygen out the air and actually keep selling it to you, you'd be, let me get some of that oxygen. You doing it about to die and trying to find some oxygen out there to sell, to buy. Believe me, wouldn't take they'd love to. But yeah, that's what I do in all flavors. Yeah, they would love to be able to snatch you, sell you some oxygen, make sure you're struggling to breathe. But yeah, I would my spirituality and anybody else go look for companies that pay out that are on the stock market that is publicly traded that pay out some form of dividend and invest there until you get to the point where you're getting so much money from them that it covers the cost of your water, the cost of this, and the cost of that. And that's what I do. That's why I buy the mortgage company, I buy the bank, I buy the gas companies, I buy all of that stuff, and I'm and like I said, I will stay on the subject as long as I can. Because my hope, personally, my hope for those that support my channel and know my channel, especially when I do it this way, because I already know a lot of people is not going to be on the lives when I do this. It's going to be relatively to the people that normally support my channel or I'm on their channel, and that's what I like. So it's not about me getting a whole bunch of subscribers and getting a whole lot of traffic. I don't care about the traffic when I'm doing them this way, is because I rather the people that's on my live that I'm even on their live, on my live, that I can give them some type of substance or some type of insight on what I do investing wise. I hope that they might take advantage of some of that and actually, financially reverse, better their lives. They might be doing financially better than me now. I don't know. I don't care. Hopefully they are. But, that's not what this is about. This is about giving people insight. So usually when I'm on my lives and I talk about what I have invested in, and I mentioned the stock code, I mentioned stock codes to stuff that I already have money in that is in the red for me. Meaning that if a person decided to buy it at the time that I said it, they will be purchasing that stock cheaper than what I paid for it, which may better their opportunity to make money or position themselves into a dividend stock company, and their dividend percentage wise will come out better than mine because they're actually buying the stock cheaper than I originally paid for it. This is not advice for them to do it. I'm just saying if they were to take advantage of it, that's what will happen. They would actually, and so when I mentioned HRZN and ELN was two ones that I had put money into earlier, which were down for me. If they were to purchase it at the prices they're currently at right now, they would actually be buying that stock that pays out a dividend a lot cheaper than what I pay for it. So their dividend to stock payout percentage wise would be better than mine because they got it cheaper than I got it. So that's why I talk about my investments and dividends. And once in a while I may mention certain stocks that I'm putting money into, and without them having to figure it out or what it is, if they just say, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put $1 where he at, or $2, whatever, what he mentioned," and they turn out they end up, maybe in the green. But I don't do it to sell the stock. I do it just to get a higher percentage to the amount of money that I'm investing in. That's it. So it's just for them to get it cheap. So if they bought it cheaper than I bought it, their percentage payout will be better than mine because I bought it higher. So if let's say the company's paying out 10 cents a share a month, and my average is $9, and let's say that person bought it and their average is $7.50, their percentage to payout, we both gonna get the same dividend, but their percentages to payout is gonna be better than mine because of the fact that they got it cheaper than I did. So that's why, I usually do it, and that gives them an opportunity. Not saying they should, because I'm not telling them to, but that gives them an opportunity. Now he good. I ain't gonna be. I'm getting ready to jump out of here anyway. So there's no point. He'll be all right. We'll see him tomorrow. He'll be back. he put himself in timeout. He be putting himself in timeout. As soon as he get mad at me, he unfollow me. That's his timeout. And then eventually he come back. And so he puts himself in timeout. But he's a good dude. I mean, all right. Yeah, he has his points or whatever. And I ain't got no beef with him. You know what I mean? That's what we do. I mean, that's what we do here. That's what we do. And I ain't got no beef with him. I mean, but I'm gonna say what I gonna say. I ain't gonna hold back. I'm not gonna hold my tongue because you don't like what I'm saying. But but it's all good. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, Jay fell asleep on. It's all good. But yeah, I'm getting ready to get up out of here anyway. But I did want to touch bases with everybody, in as far as going through my stock account, giving y'all an idea of what I was going to buy or buying opportunity. Not saying that I'm advising anybody, but if they did, those two stocks right there are extremely down for me, which is HRZN and ELV. I'm sorry. He would have they would be buying it cheaper than I did. I'm gonna have to say no for me. A world away from here, I'm actually have to say no for me. I've actually been feeling pretty good, but the only reason why I think I've been feeling pretty good is because I've actually been exercising a lot more and trying to take off some weight. So and I think I probably took off about 10 pounds since I've been doing this. So I think that's the only reason why I don't feel as sluggish as I was for a while. I was feeling like I was dragging my feet. So I had to try to do something. So I just been exercising a little more. And it's been helping me because I was like, man, I need to get rid of some I need to get rid of some weight. So I took off I'm still got ways to go as far as weight. I took off some weight, and I do have some more that I want to take off. I do have some more weight that I want to take off. Not a whole lot, just maybe another, roughly about 10. If I get off another 10 pounds, I'll be good where I'm at. But I've been exercising a little bit more. Here's the thing. I'm not a gym person. I don't go no gyms. I do my exercise in the house, and and I don't do no like a hardcore strenuous exercise, because I learned a long time ago, especially if you start back exercising, the worst thing you can do is go do a whole bunch of exercise in one day. All you're gonna do, in my opinion, is you're gonna go do all this exercise, your muscles and everything gonna ache, and you ain't gonna feel like doing it no more. So what I usually do is, this is just what I do, exercise to get back into the routine, is I do little small, like I'll do a couple of push-ups or do a couple of sit-ups, and just, I'm not trying to actually work out. What I'm doing is I'm trying to get into the habit. So I do a little tiny bits just to establish the habit of working out. So that's what I usually do. And then as I find myself wanting to work out, because I'm not burning myself out. I'm just doing little stuff. So that's what I try to do. Like when I'm in the house, like in my house, we got, you got to go upstairs to the bathroom. So when I get ready to go to the bathroom or go upstairs, I don't walk up the steps. I run. Like as soon as I get to the steps, I just run up the steps. So that's kind of what I do. When I go to a store, like I don't go through drive-thrus. If I go to like pick up at a restaurant that's like a drive-thru, I never go into the drive-thrus. I park my car and I get out. I park far away from the store as I can, and I make myself walk. So if I go to the supermarket to get groceries, I park as far away, especially if I'm by myself. If I'm by myself, I'm gonna park far away from the store as I can and force myself to walk. So I keep adding little stuff into what I'm doing on a daily basis to force myself to be more mobile. And because I got a sweet tooth. I love like cakes, donuts. So, so I'm not trying to tell nobody I stopped eating that stuff, because I did not stop eating that stuff at all. But that's the little stuff that I do on a regular basis. And so far, yeah, so it's a little simple stuff. And so far, it has helped to take the weight off a little bit. And I used to call it lazy exercise, and I still do the same. I call it lazy exercises, which I don't know how you mix lazy and exercising together, but so when I would do it sometimes, I don't do a whole lot of weightlifting, but like I have a 20-pound weight that's sit there. So if I'm sitting down watching TV, which I don't watch a lot of TV at all, but this is what I used to do most of the time. If I'm sitting down there watching TV, every time a commercial would come on in television, I would pick up the 20-pound weight and I would just start curling it. And I would keep switching the hand while the commercial was on. And when the commercial went off, I would put the weight down and start watching TV. And what happened was I found myself doing it like just, and the habit started coming. And then after a while, I just was doing it without even thinking about doing it. I was just start exercising and doing stupid stuff to start doing it. So that's what I'm trying to get back into the habit of doing, so that it become more second nature than habit, like getting up going to work every day. That's the point. I'm trying to work back to that mentality. But anyway, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me once again. Hopefully y'all got some type of information, investment wise, that can help you if you intend to take advantage of any type of investment. Anything I said, I'm not a financial advisor, but I do try to give people some of the things that I'm doing. And that way, if they decide to take advantage of it, it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Thank y'all for hitting that like button. Thank y'all for hitting that subscribe button for those that did. I appreciate y'all. Donald, stay blessed. You know you in timeout, but you asked for it. But again, like I say all the time, one thing that matters more than everything is your relationship with God. Please go after that more than anything else. If that's going to matter to you in your life more than anything. Like really, really, really seriously. We could talk about this and talk about that, but having God in your life and getting to know Him personally is what matters more than anything that I could ever recommend. And if there was anything I would recommend, that is what I would, number one, recommend you invest in first, is investing in your relationship with God so that you be all right. And that's real talk. And with that said, y'all have a blessed, wonderful, beautiful day. Hopefully all is well. A World Away from Here, top to bottom, hair and skincare. Make sure y'all check out her store. A World Away from Here. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the channel. Listen to that beautiful music that she makes. Never had somebody introduce me to music and I didn't realize I liked until I started listening to it. And A World Away from Here, I'm watching the channel. I'm watching it. I see you growing. But your views, you go, girl. As we say, you go. You go, girl. Top to bottom. Thank you for making that wonderful product. We appreciate you very, very much. We appreciate what you're doing. And I believe that your hands are blessed by God to do what you're doing. Thank God for it. We appreciate you, my brother Jay. Sleep well. Out the pit, stay up. Stay strong, my brother. I know sometimes you're in the background. You're still there. Stay up, stay strong, man. Everything going to be great. And we all going to do great things together and individually. And with that said, y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'm out of here. Peace.